You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/The Clock Cleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be recapping Raw from June 12th.
Yes. A decent episode of Raw.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
The big thing for me is that it's not like the same old thing like we've been seeing for
Right.
the last 2 months.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have Reigns there.
It's true. Although they made a big stink about his announcement next week.
Concerning SummerSlam, right? I believe that's what they said.
I don't know if it's going to be like him like saying that he's going to challenge Braun Strowman or he's going to challenge Lesnar despite the fact that he lost the match to challenge Lesnar.
Or he's going to show up naked. Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe Great Balls of Fire would be a more appropriate place for him
yes.
to show up naked.
Anywho-ha.
But yeah, no, we didn't have Wyatt or Rollins wrestle.
It's true. They just talked.
Yes.
No Finn.
No. Which we haven't seen him for the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
But I'm guessing they might be selling the Fatal 5-Way. Still?
Well,
I don't know. Or they just don't have anything for him. So
I'm going to guess it's that one,
So they
considering
doing publicity stuff.
Yeah, because he didn't really... It's not like he was hurt during the match, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true.
Because he just passed out at the end. He looked like he was going to win.
Yeah.
So if all you do is fall asleep at the end of the match without any... There's no really reason to sell him.
That's true.
So it's not like he dislocated his shoulder again or something.
But I think the highlight of Raw was the opening segment.
It was good. I just have one major gripe with it.
Yeah.
So when we get to it, I will bring it up.
All right. Well, why don't you start us off then?
Okay. So the show opened with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar coming out to the ring.
Very weird to hear Lesnar's music.
I
and
guess.
him actually showing up.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
It made it feel like a big deal.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised they put it on first, but I think they did that because the NBA finals were on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Was it Game 5?
I have no idea.
I think it was Game 5.
I could not care less.
Nah.
Anyway, so they come out, and Heyman says that since you put your hands on the advocate of the beast, that you caused yourself a problem, and then... caused a problem.
Yeah.
And Brock is a problem solver.
Right, yes.
Which is a very strange way of putting that, but...
Yeah. And then he goes on to talk about Joe being the outcast of the Samoans, like all the great Samoans in the sport, and he's not related to them.
Like the Usos.
Usos. Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, The Rock.
It's true. Tamina.
Yes.
I'm naming all the bad ones.
Why? Oh, they're all bad. They're still part of the same family.
I know, but I'm just saying they haven't really done a whole
branches.
lot. There's really not been that many wildly successful Samoan people.
No, but they always make a deal about their heritage.
Oh no,
and
they're
all
very
that stuff.
they're very good at making them seem like a big deal.
Right, yeah. I mean, hell, they could have just lied and said Samoa Joe was The Rock's cousin or something like that. They could have.
Anyway, he was making he was kind of like making him feel like an outcast for whatever reason. So, and then...
Yeah, I guess he made a point that, he may have put him in the coquina clutch last week, but he'll never be able to lock it in on the Beast.
Yes. And then that's when Joe comes out, right?
Yeah.
And then, and pretty much just right from the get-go comes out and attacks him.
Yeah, he walked up to the ring, got in, they kind of had a little stare down, and then pushing and shoving, and then, and then...
And at this point is when Kurt Angle comes out with a bunch of security.
Oh, yeah. The security that even gets manhandled by the NXT women.
Of course. But they come out, and they're very easily dispatched. And then the entire locker room,
It was the job squad.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Less of, like, the actual people that matter. So pretty much anyone who wasn't on TV.
No.
Well, no, actually, that's not even true. Just a bunch of...
The club was there.
Yeah.
End Zone Cast were there.
So was...
mainly tag teams.
So was Heath Slater and
Dallas
Rhino.
was there,
Dallas
too.
was there.
And
Curtis Axel was
yes.
there. Anyway, Titus was there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were holding them off, and they did the whole separating them, and then I think it was Joe who broke out, and then he attacked him.
Kicked Lesnar.
And then they got put back together. And here is where my problem lies.
The same thing they did with The Undertaker?
2 years ago, almost exactly. The same exact thing. So, 2 years technically is a long time.
Yeah.
But when you show up on TV 10 times in between, then it's kind of...
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah.
So they're kind of putting Joe on even footing with Lesnar.
Well, they're certainly trying to sell it as such. So it's not like I don't have a problem with that. It's just the fact that they did the same exact thing.
No, I gotcha.
So
it's just funny the way they do things. Like they just think nobody remembers anything.
Well, yeah, they're under the assumption that everyone just forgets immediately after it happens, which is why they try to sweep things under the rug, like when they repackage people or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So next we went to commercial and come back and. Elias Sampson is in the ring.
Yep.
He's been hitting, I guess, more heat-seeking songs, I guess you could say. Because, this one was about Ambrose.
Yeah.
He talked bad about New Orleans.
Yeah.
So, he's getting more heat that way. So he's kind of doing his thing.
Yeah.
Before, he kind of was just singing about nonsense.
Well, yeah. I guess,
little bits and pieces. This was more built around...
Well, yeah, there's a reason behind it. Still really dumb, I think, but I know you enjoy it. I think it's stupid. Anyway, surprising. Well, yeah, he's talking about Ambrose a lot, like you said. And apparently they have another match.
Yeah, well, Dean interrupted him.
Well, yeah,
in the middle and came out.
But that's literally what happens every single time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoever he's feuding with, I guess you can call that.
Was the jobber in the ring already last
week? He was already in the ring. That was weird. Dean comes out, and then they have a match.
Yeah, which they made Samson look pretty strong.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I'm telling you,
he looked
future
really
world
good.
champion right there.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, that's very true. But this is WWE. Their booking is
weird.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen.
All right.
So, anyway.
But if it does, just remember who called it first.
Okay. I will. So, but yeah, like you said, they made him look really strong. I was extremely surprised about how well he was.
Well, and then you couldn't have him beat Dean clean.
Well, obviously. But yeah, what was it?
I guess the Miz had come out at this point?
No, the Miz didn't come out till the very end.
All right, yeah, because I guess Samson was going for a superplex off the top.
I
believe that's what he was going for. And then Dean kind of pushed him, and he fell awkwardly. It was weird the way he hit. I was like, oh, great, he's out. And I think that's when the Miz came out.
That's when the Miz came out. Yeah, he jumped up on the apron and tried to
distract Dean. And then that's when they were kind of playing cat and mouse, chasing around the outside.
He's doing what he always does.
Yeah,
runs away like a little girl.
Dean was about to get counted out, comes running into the ring at 9, and then I think Samson kicked him, stomped him.
Yeah.
And then he got Dean up and hit him with the swinging neck breaker for the win.
Because I think at that point he had already kind of dealt with the Miz, but he was in the process of beating him up.
Yeah.
And then he realized that he was about to get counted out, and that's when he jumped into the ring.
So, I mean, I don't know.
It's a lot of the same stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is funny because you said it wasn't much of the same.
Well, besides this. This was the only thing that was really...
We'll keep going, right?
All
right, just keep on going. What did we get next?
Well, this is different, though. Because technically speaking...
It's just continuity,
it's short,
yes.
It's short, and it's not literal... Well, it is pretty much literally the same, but... Anyway, it hasn't built to anything yet.
Not yet. If it ever does.
If it ever does.
It could just fizzle out. But anyway.
But yeah.
You're talking about another Goldust promo.
Where he's talking about movies or whatever, quoting movies.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of tuned out at this point.
That's why I wrote another seemingly pointless Goldust promo.
It's true.
It's not because I was paying attention and I assumed or I gathered from what he was talking about that it was seemingly pointless.
No, I know.
It's because I wasn't paying attention because I didn't care.
Okay.
So, just to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's perplexing what they're actually going for here
with Truth and Goldust thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. But next we had the Miz and Maurice walking backstage, where I guess they confronted. Oh, Angle yelled at them and said, "What the hell are you guys doing out there interfering in Dean's matches?" And then that's when the Miz was like,
"You got to do something about Ambrose."
Yep. He said, "I don't care if you fire him. Actually, yeah, fire him." Something like that.
Well, no, he says you should fire him or suspend him. Or fire both. And suspend him.
That's what it was, yes.
It's just funny that he went to fire before suspend, and then he thought, that's weird.
Yeah, and then Kurt basically said that he's not going to do either of them.
I'm not going to do a
and
damn
you
thing.
have to deal with Ambrose on your own, like a man.
Like he'd been doing.
Yeah.
And technically like he did when he got yelled at. So.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think he mentioned last week, right, about when Angle was dealing with his own personal problems, Dean just slipped right in and caused a ruckus, which was during the whole celebration last week. I think he brought that up.
Well, he said something about personal problems, but I thought he said that you're too distracted with your personal problems.
Well, like what happened
anything.
last week.
I guess that's what he said.
Yeah. But,
so anyway, moving on. There was a backstage segment. For some reason, Noam Dar was bothering Cedric Alexander because they just don't want this to end for whatever reason.
I don't know. I didn't even realize this was a segment. I don't know if I blacked out or
that's possible.
What was going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Noam Dar, so later on in the show, the whole Pizza Hut thing, was that a commercial or was that like an advertisement? It was just...
it's like a paid promo.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, it was
I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Obviously, it wasn't live.
No, yeah, because I walked back in and I was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I thought it was.
Oh, it was funny. Yeah,
but,
yeah. He didn't get called a nerd though. That was disappointing.
Well, but they stole his pizza.
They did.
There was like a Pizza Hut commercial for like one of their new. I don't know what it is. It's like little, like cheese-filled garlic knots on the outside of it. And he was eating it all by himself, and then the club comes up and says, "You got to share that." He's like, "Okay," and then they just take the pizza and they leave.
Basically,
he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, well, they said something with Alicia Fox too. I don't know. Yeah.
Because they said that they were gonna tell her that he was eating it or something.
Something.
Don't tell her.
Don't tell her.
Anyway. But yeah, then they cut back to the ring, and Cedric makes his entrance, and then Dar comes out, FaceTiming with Alicia Fox.
And the cell phone is up on the screen, like almost like Tyler Breeze's was when he did the selfie stick. Yeah, and
that was bad.
I don't even know what they were going on about. But
I think she was just talking.
This is not good for the cruiserweight division.
No, but
are you going to tune into 205 Live to see what's going to happen between Alicia Fox and Noam Dar?
No.
Yeah. Why would you put that on a Raw segment then? To get people to tune into 205.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
But anyway, so Noam Dar gets in the ring. He puts the cell phone in the corner.
Yep.
Turns around, and Cedric hits him with a lumbar check, and that was the match.
Yep. So at least they made it short. If they were going to make us listen to Alicia Fox the entire time.
It was kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah, she never shut up, so.
Yeah. I thought there was something a little cringeworthy as well in a future part of the show, which we will get to in a little while.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's called Progress.
Yes.
Anyway, so there's like a backstage segment. Well, not a backstage segment, but like Bray Wyatt's in the back talking about something. I don't remember what exactly. It's
again
nonsense. And then he
how am I going to invest into a character when they're just going to get squashed and that's the end of it? Do you really see him going over Seth?
Who, Bray?
Yes.
No, he's going to lose.
Yeah.
If they even decide to do anything. But then he comes out and then he starts talking about Rollins for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. I guess he was... Well, because later on when Rollins comes out, he comes out after, I think Bray says something about, like...
he was a god, and the
Yeah.
normal stuff.
Yeah, you don't commit blasphemy on Bray,
yeah,
which is funny.
Because then Rollins, exactly. That's what he was kind of going on about.
Rollins comes out and then he says,
You're a god, but you can't take my criticism," or something like that.
Yeah, you stopped me from winning my match because I made fun of you.
Right, yes, that's exactly it. Yes.
So, and
Yeah.
But and then Rollins calls Bray a coward, which is a very fair assessment.
And then guess what he does?
Then he runs away. Boogada. He does that, and then he ends up in the back, talks some more, and then that was the end of the segment. It was terrible.
He said that he was able to slay the king, but you're not gonna slay me, man.
I hate Bray Wyatt. He's so bad.
I
really don't understand why people like him.
I don't hate him, but
see, it's funny because like with Roman Reigns, I understand why people don't like him. Like I don't feel the same, but I understand why.
Okay.
It's the complete opposite with Bray Wyatt.
Like
I don't like him, and I don't know why.
Like him.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
People like cult leaders. How do you think people become a part of a cult?
That's the only logical reason. That's the only thing.
And that wasn't logical.
No, it wasn't. That's as close to a logical reason as I can think of.
Oh, man. Speaking of
cult leaders?
Stuff we've never seen before, up next we had Kalisto versus Apollo Crews.
All right, fair. This has gone on for quite a bit.
So Tozawa was apparently in the given a front row seat by Titus. Even though he works for the company, we're gonna say you can get all dressed up and sit and stand in the crowd.
It was really funny. He looked very uncomfortable. It's just like I don't want to be here.
People are just looking at him and stuff.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's just I guess for the majority of the match, Titus is like
talking to Tozawa.
He's not talking to him. He's talking at him.
Well, that's what he just barks orders at.
Yeah. And then what was it? The Kalisto Crews together are pretty good though.
They're both very athletic.
Yeah, this stupid nonsense with Titus kind of it gets a little old, but
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny.
No, it is.
I didn't think
funny.
it was good at first. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, great! What are they trying with this crap?"
Are you talking about Crews being with Titus?
No,
or
just the whole Titus brand thing.
Oh no, it's incredibly dumb. But it does have entertainment.
Yeah.
Because like his Raw or the WWE.com exclusive press conferences that have one person in the asking questions, that's funny. It's dumb, but it's funny.
Yeah. So this is completely off topic, and we just went on about him. But did you hear about the apparent thing with Bray Wyatt?
What? Oh, with JoJo?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
He's smelly, hairy, and gross.
I figured you'd get a kick out of it.
Oh, no, I knew about it.
Yeah, I figured as much.
It's disturbing.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, so it looked like Kalisto was going to win.
Yeah,
he was
going
going
springboard stunner, I think. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's what he does. Yeah. It looks like that's what he does. But Crews reverses it into a sit-out powerbomb, and then he gets the pin.
And then Titus assaults Tozawa and just grabs him out of the audience.
Yeah.
Come here, little kid. I'm going to kiss you too, like my son.
Imagine if he accidentally grabbed the wrong person.
What?
Well, no, because it looked like he just turned around and grabbed somebody. It didn't really look like he was paying enough attention to grab the right person.
Titus O'Neil's suspended for grabbing the wrong person out of the audience.
If it was going to happen to anybody,
it would definitely happen to Titus. Yeah.
So he drags Tozawa into the ring, and then the three of them take a selfie, and Tozawa looks puzzled.
Yeah,
like he doesn't know what's going on.
So I kind of I'm on board with this whole thing because I guess at this point Titus was telling Tozawa that he could be the next cruiserweight champion, and the whole thing with Kalisto, are they gonna do something between Tozawa and Kalisto?
It's possible
because they had a Raw after whatever the hell they call it, basically like the Titus segments they had, and it was between Kalisto and Tozawa, and he was just kind of telling him, "Don't get brainwashed like Apollo is." Yeah. So.
Yeah, who knows?
So I mean, this could be technically the first. I mean, Kalisto is technically a cruiserweight, but he's not in the cruiserweight division, so it's the first cross. Yeah, and are they going to have? Because when we get to it later on with Neville talking, are we going to get Titus showing up on 205 Live to
Yeah, it's possible. That's what I was also thinking, is that this is the first or one of a step in the right direction because they're starting to
integrate
meld,
it. Yeah.
meld the two, I guess, divisions together. Because, as we've stated before, or at least I've stated before,
Right.
that I don't feel like they should be segregated because that's just going to damage.
How stupid is it that they changed all the ropes and everything for a match that lasted a minute with Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar?
Very.
Right. So
It's a waste of time.
it really is.
So.
I mean, I understand that, you have commercial breaks and it's
Oh yeah,
falls
it's not.
between
It's
them.
not like they're stopping
no.
and you're watching them do it. They're using that time to
Right,
do other things,
but
but
there's
still,
no-
it's dumb.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
I mean, I would. That's something I would have expected WCW to do, but they actually did it correctly with the cruiserweight division.
Well, yeah, they're also brand new with it. So.
right. But I mean, it was a spectacle, but it wasn't, like
Oh,
this,
Yeah,
where it's like a circus act.
But it's funny.
Oh,
Because,
here come the cruiserweights.
Yeah, because the WWE did it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They copied WCW,
Yeah.
but they still did it. It's not like this is their first time venturing
I know.
into
and
it.
I understand they're trying to do it for the 205 Live show, but it's not the right way to go about it.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
but I don't even understand why they even bother making it its own show. You know what I mean, they don't gain anything from it.
No, but
No one's subscribing to the WWE Network for 205 Live.
it's true, but I mean, they're filling the show up with 2 and 3 minute cruiserweight matches.
Mhm.
You're really going to hire talent and just do this?
Yeah, well, they should have just made it less. They should have done less and just integrated them
Yeah.
better. But whatever. Anyway, moving
Yep.
on.
So backstage, I guess The Miz was asking Heath Slater to join him.
Well, the segment opened with Rhino
Pouring all the cheese whiz on
yeah,
his
just
crackers.
spraying it all over his plate of crackers and just shoving them into his mouth. It was very fun.
Well, that's how it ended too, didn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
He did it a
It
lot.
was full circle.
He was eating a lot.
Oh, well, yeah. But yeah, I guess The Miz was going on about how he got him into the Marine 45 or whatever number they're up to. I think it was Marine 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Slater, Bo Dallas,
Yeah, Naomi
Curtis
was in it.
Axel. Yeah, they were all in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So he was going on this. I don't even know what the point of him trying to get.
He needed a tag team partner.
But I didn't think that was announced yet.
I'm pretty sure. No.
No.
That's when. Okay.
That's when Rhino challenged.
Yeah, he asked him to be part of his entourage to protect him from Dean, I think.
Is that what it was? Okay.
I think so.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah. So
But then, yeah, Rhino kept inserting himself and says he already has a tag team partner.
Mhm.
And then Rhino had just gotten fed up and said, all right, you know what? You find yourself a partner, and you can fight us two tonight.
yeah,
And that's when he goes crazy with the cheese whiz again and jams a bunch of crackers in his mouth.
it's true.
Rhino likes his crackers.
It's really funny because a lot of the segments that the two of them are in, that's pretty much what he does. He does all the talking around and just sitting there eating.
But hey, they're getting TV time. I'm fine with that.
It's true.
They were entertaining on SmackDown.
I agree.
Yeah. Even when their tag division was a sham. And it's actually starting to get better.
Hopefully, it appears to be that way.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So up next, Alexa Bliss comes out, and she basically just comes out and says that she wants a celebration worthy of her, I guess, prowess,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
Then Nia Jax comes out. She,
I want a fair title shot.
yeah, because
Last week was BS.
it's true because she pretty much just attacked Mickey James, and then,
And then Mickey James and Dana Brooke come out,
mhm.
and they basically show that Nia that Bliss is playing everybody as a fool and only looking out for herself.
It's true because she's evil.
Yes. And then we got the returning Emma.
Yeah, who was gone
She was-
for like what, a month?
Something like that.
She had
5
like
weeks.
another injury after.
Yeah, I think it was a freak injury that happened.
Yeah, it happened
like a
during a,
house
match.
show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or a tour overseas, something like that. It might have been the UK tour.
That's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, she comes out, says that she deserves a title shot, and then Sasha Banks comes out and says the same thing.
Yep. Then we go to commercial and come back, and we have a match.
Yeah, that
Surprise,
was a surprise.
surprise. So yeah, I guess it was the faces versus the heels.
But yeah, that's generally how it goes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was what Emma,
Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss
against Mickie James, Sasha, and
Dana.
Yeah.
It's still kind of weird to see Dana as a face.
I guess, but it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like she's out of place doing it.
That's true.
Whereas like with Charlotte, it kind of feels a little out of place as of right now.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going too heavy on that aspect. I mean, Charlotte's still out for herself.
Yeah, and I think she's technically a face by default.
Yeah, that's more
she's
or less.
Because she's not actively doing like face things. She's just facing the bad people.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, there was a normal women's tag match.
Yeah.
And but yeah, at one point I wrote kerfuffle.
You did?
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of like jumping in and out of. It's like
one hits a move, the other one rolls out of the ring, another person comes.
Yeah.
In. Yeah.
So, and then for some reason, Mickie James jumps up to the top rope and attacks Nia Jax, lands on her from the outside, and then. Oh yeah, Emma tries to roll up Sasha, and then she, I guess, counters it with the bank statement, and then she gets the win.
Yeah,
and
good thing Emma came out and said she deserves the title, and then took the pin.
Actually, I forgot to mention this during
submitted.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter. But during the match, Emma went to tag out to Alexa.
Oh, right.
Alexa just jumped off their apron. I think Nia at that point had got knocked off the apron, and then Alexa just left, and that was it.
Yep.
So,
meh.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, I guess I don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's not bad though, because it's technically we're a week removed from a pay-per-view.
Yeah, no. So when is Balls of Fire? It's the day before my birthday. It's the 9th of July.
I was gonna say it's a few weeks.
Yeah,
still.
So they have plenty of time.
Yeah, so it's not even like they're like coming up on the, because like Backlash when they had the 6-woman tag match at the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that was a mess.
And then we saw that last week again.
Yeah, well that's different.
No,
though.
I know, but no, they're finally starting to do something there.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, they still have time. So right now they're fine.
Yeah,
they can afford to do something like this because
I have a feeling we're gonna get another fatal 5-way or whatever for the #1 contender.
What, for the women's?
Yeah,
probably
because there's a 6-woman tag, and I mean you have Bailey too. So who knows? It could be a 6-pack challenge, even though that's SmackDown.
I was gonna say that's SmackDown thing, so it's not gonna happen.
They'll come up with their own name.
What might actually happen is they'll do like a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
And they'll just take out Dana Brooke, or they'll take out Dana Brooke and Mickie and put Bailey in.
Yeah.
It'll be Nia Jax, Emma.
I guess that. Yeah, but are they really gonna give that a match on Raw?
Yeah, why not?
I guess that's true. It does get all the women into one segment, and that's what they seem to be doing right now.
Well, I think it's just because there's not a whole lot going on.
Well, yeah. No, I'm not saying that they're doing it
to bury it or anything.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just they don't have.
That's what they're doing.
Because this was the first time Emma came back, and before that, they had tried to get it so that she'd be involved with the B story.
Mm-hmm.
But she got hurt, and then that kind of had to stop, and then so. Anyway.
Oh, man. So, poor Bailey.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
So she was getting interviewed by Corey Graves, which they were kind of reiterating the fact that people are saying that she wasn't going to be extreme.
Which is really dumb.
And then Bailey went on to say she doesn't want to hurt people or bruise people or something like that.
And she can't win matches by giving people hugs.
Yeah. Well, I think... Yeah, Corey had said something. She said, well, I'm not going to win any matches by giving people hugs, so I'm going to have to do what I have to do.
Yeah. You think they're trying to turn her heel? Because she got destroyed, and they're kind of playing up the innocentness.
And then she's just going to turn one day?
Yeah.
And instead of Sasha turning heel, you're going to get Bailey turn heel, and then... have those two? Maybe at SummerSlam or something?
I think that's too close.
Yeah? You think it's Survivor Series?
Maybe. Yeah. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they do what they did last year.
Or
again.
she turns on her at SummerSlam, something like that.
And
leading to a match.
Mm-hmm. Like, it could even be a non-title thing.
Oh, yeah, no, the title doesn't necessarily need to be involved.
It's possible that could happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Sasha's not really involved with her.
Right.
So, anything's possible. But that's what I'm thinking, because they're trying to make it so that it looks like the only way she's going to succeed is if she has a change.
Right.
So,
I really don't know. It's just, as far as it goes right now, they've kind of dropped the ball with Bayley.
Mm-hmm. Or they're doing it on purpose, and they're going to go for a heel turn.
Well, right, but in NXT, they did play up her being the girl next door and things like that, but it wasn't so on screen as it was like the commentators and things like that.
Yeah.
But on the main roster, they seem to really be shoving it in everybody's faces.
Well, I think,
and Alexa Bliss doing it too.
I think on the main roster they're trying to be more transparent.
Yeah.
Or less transparent, where they're trying to lay everything out, like their children.
Yeah.
Within NXT,
what you see is what you get.
Yeah. Where NXT is more of a devoted fan base, so you know they're actually going to be interested.
No, that is true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So after that little cringeworthy interview, Heath Slater and Rhino come out. The Miz comes out, and then he's awaiting a partner. And it plays like really weird music.
Like circus weird, yeah.
And then
it's the freaking bear on a tricycle.
Yeah, that was really funny. He's driving down on the tricycle.
Yeah, you know what? I really wanted to hate this segment, but it was funny.
It was. I thought it was all right.
Like, it's stupid. It really is, but it was entertaining.
But
so.
and the only annoying part is, like, you know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So, during the match, The Miz, like, refuses to tag the bear in because he thinks it's Dean Ambrose. So, the bear keeps on trying to go for tag, and he's like, no.
Yep.
And then eventually the bear tags him in, or tags himself in.
Pause him. Oh, my God, the commentary was...
Oh, with all the bear puns?
So terrible, yet
kind
of funny.
Yeah. And there's a lot of let's go bear chants.
And there was a lot of snickering and laughing, like they couldn't control themselves.
Well, of course. It's so ridiculous. It's like the bunny all over again.
Yeah, because you would hear, like, complete silence, and all of a sudden you'd hear laughing. Like, this isn't professional, guys.
Yeah, whatever.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess the bear tags him in, and then him and Slater kind of have a little back and forth. I guess Slater tries to unmask him, and the bear smacks him.
Yeah, he just slaps him.
Yeah. And then I guess the bear had enough, and then he tags the Miz in. No?
No, actually, no, maybe... Yeah, because I know it wasn't voluntary. Maybe the bear tagged
Yeah, I think they were
Miz.
taunting him for a little while.
Yeah, so the bear tagged Miz in, and then the Miz goes, for whatever reason, just starts attacking him, and then he takes his mask off.
Right? Did he give him a skull-crushing finale outside?
Nah,
he just threw him on the ground. Yeah.
And then he finds out that it was not Dean like he had thought.
So at this point, I guess the bear rolled underneath the ring?
Yeah, I guess so. And then the Miz came back into the ring.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the bear is back up with the mask back on in the ring. And then he
hits Slater with the dirty deeds.
No, I think he takes the mask off.
Yeah. He did have the mask on.
No. Oh.
Yeah,
and
then,
right. Okay.
then he took the mask off. Yeah, because the Miz turned around, and then he hit him with the dirty deeds.
The Miz was dealing with Maurice, I guess.
Yeah. What happened? Because she got pissed at him again.
Something must happen. And then she sees Dean hit the dirty deeds on Slater.
Oh, he bumped into her.
She was up on
the apron.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
he knocked her down, and then she got mad and ran back.
Yeah, so she sees Dean hit Slater with the
right. She went up to tell Miz, behind you.
Yeah.
And then I guess I don't remember.
Yeah, Dean takes the mask off.
Yeah.
Hits the Miz with the dirty deeds, and then puts Slater on top of the Miz, and then he's Slater and Rhino win.
Yep. So
it was such a surprise.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, and also Dean put the bear mask on The Miz.
Yes, he did.
It's pretty funny.
Match, right. Well, all right. So next we had Neville and Rich Swann, which never actually got started.
Yes.
So we had altogether 3 minutes of the cruiserweights.
That's fine.
I guess.
I just because like you said, it's hard to care. 205 Live itself isn't bad though.
Yeah, I like watching 205.
That's the
Live.
funny part. It's just they don't do anything on Raw. So what's the point of caring?
Right. If you're not extending any storylines, but granted, we're a week after a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's also true.
So Neville basically beats the crap out of Swann, throws him. Did he throw him out of the ring? Right? Or did he? Because when he threw him out of the ring, then brought him back, or Swann got back in and put him in the rings of Saturn.
No, I think he just threw him out and then started talking.
Oh, maybe it was afterward.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So then I guess Neville was kind of pissed and said, "Titus O'Neil, you think you can just write a little tweet?" And
yeah, it's funny how much wrestlers care about social media stuff.
Yeah. Did you see Roman Reigns ripping on fans?
For what?
I guess they were comparing him to like indie stars and saying that he didn't work his way to where he is, and that everything got handed to him, and so Roman Reigns just started ripping into him. So, yeah,
seems fair. I don't know. There's no proper way to do it.
No, I mean, I understand Reigns getting frustrated with this shit because it's been going on for so long.
Well, yeah.
And, I mean, obviously, if you're there, you have paid your dues
there's
one
a
way.
reason.
Yeah.
It's not like he showed up and then got put into the main roster without working for anything.
But, I mean, to go about the way he did, I'll show you the tweets afterward. But just, you can't really yell at the fans because you're just feeding into them.
It's true.
You're feeding the trolls.
Yeah, you're just making things worse. Yeah. But I was just saying it's not like it was warranted.
Oh,
well, sure. So people are just jerks.
Yeah. So yeah, basically Neville said that no one was on the Neville level.
Yeah.
And then I guess if Tozawa wants to come in, he's going to bend him at the knee and make him bow before the king of the cruiserweights.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Yep. So I would be interested in this though.
What, Tozawa and Neville?
Absolutely.
It'd be good.
Yeah. Because Tozawa and Kendrick was fantastic. Just sad that it ended.
I guess it went on for a very long time. It did go on
for a while, yeah.
So,
but we haven't seen Kendrick since.
It's true, but that's probably just because of lack of time.
It's possible.
I can't think of any other reason. Or his face is still broken from those slaps with the belt. Anyway, so there's a backstage interview of Sheamus and Cesaro, and
we are the bar.
Yeah, that's pretty much all they said.
Yep,
it was not very interesting.
No.
Then they cut to the ring, I guess Gallows and Anderson actually had their entrance, which usually they don't.
No, jobber entrance all the way.
And then after that, they play Enzo and Cass's music, and then they just show Cass laying on the ground because he got attacked again.
This is when the club was being hilarious. Don't beat yourself up over it, Cass. Yeah. And that's some good stuff.
So yeah, they cut back to the ring and they start with Gallows and Anderson start making fun of him, like you said.
Yeah.
And then
eventually they make their way out.
Yeah, because Cass is like, "I got this," and Enzo's like, "No, you're not going to."
Revival we're seeing in the back.
Yes,
again.
they show them scurrying away when they cut back to the backstage.
So you think they're just making things blatantly obvious, or are we trying to push away from? Nah, I guess it doesn't make sense.
What?
No, I was going to say, because it was Cass that got attacked, I was going to say if it was Enzo again. Cass being the one that attacked him.
Well...
Or is this Cass attacked him and then Enzo hired the Big Show to attack him? I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, I still think the Revival doing it is pretty obvious. So, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it would just be... I know we're not at that point yet, but if they did split up Enzo and Cass, and then the Hardys ended up splitting up, your whole tag team division would kind of fold a little bit.
It's true. The Golden Truth are gone too.
Yep. I mean, I think the Revival Club.
One team isn't going to make up for
they're all heels.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Enzo and Cass end up coming out. They don't do any of the speech stuff.
No.
Which is Honestly, a little surprising, but it does make sense.
It was refreshing a little bit.
Yeah, because Cass got his ass kicked,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly. Actually, no, he got hit once, supposedly.
Yes. Well, that was last week he got hit.
No,
once,
he
right?
said, I only got hit once.
Oh, okay. That was okay.
They made that clear.
Was it last week too?
What?
I think it was last week he got hit once too.
Last week, I don't think they said, but I do know that he didn't.
I know it was said. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I know he didn't come out.
Mm-hmm.
So
because that's when I was thinking the whole Big Show.
yeah, the knockout
punch. That's it.
Yeah, for some reason, Cass started the match, and he was like visibly out of it still, but he was winning. It was weird. And then eventually Enzo tags in, and
Cass got knocked out of the ring, and that was
pretty
much him for the rest of the match.
Yeah, Enzo gets hit with a magic killer, and then he gets pinned, and then they go for another one, and that's when the Big Show's music. Yeah, that's when the Big Show's music hits.
Then he comes out, and Gallows and Anderson run away, and he raises Enzo's arm, kind of, and then
I guess
Cass finally gets up on the apron.
It's like, what's going on?
That's when all the fans, because I rewatched the clip, they're like, "You guys are breaking up." Man.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then they have another R-Truth promo in response to Goldust.
Yep. Again.
Stupid crap. And then we got backstage. Enzo is what? Yeah, he's walking with the Big Show.
Well, yeah, and then now that I remember this, there was, I think after this happened, the segment, Enzo walks, or is this when Enzo walks up to the Big Show and goes, he only got hit with one punch. You're a big guy. And he's like, you accusing me of doing it? And he's like, wait a second. I know who did this. Cass put you up to this, didn't he?
Yeah, because he thought that Cass was the one who said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
That was that whole segment. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember bits and pieces.
After that, they do a backstage interview with Samoa Joe. And they asked if the confrontation with Lesnar earlier was going to change his strategy.
Nah.
And
he's going to put him to sleep. The Great Balls of Fire.
Yes. Yeah, I know. But it's not.
Was it really needed?
No. They just fell in time.
Yeah, I know.
Anywho, and this was the most surprising part of the night.
That this was the main event?
No, because I'm okay with it.
Such little time left?
Yes.
I know.
It was
that was so
10:50.
frustrating.
10:50. I thought for sure
it was going to be like a half an hour match or something.
Minimum.
Right? Yeah.
I'm like, this is starting at 10:30,
Yeah.
if not earlier. So, but yeah, it was the main event. It was the Hardys versus
I think it was
Sheamus and
10:30,
Cesaro.
and that's when the whole Gallows and Anderson.
Yes, that's when that started.
Because I was like, oh wow, they're really going to give this match time, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, Gallows and Anderson. Christine was like, stupid.
So, but yeah, it's Hardys versus Sheamus and Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls for the tag team titles.
Yes. The first pin happened within the first minute or two of the match.
It was very quick, but it was also a very short match. So.
Yeah, but I guess Cesaro just kicked Jeff.
No, what happened was I guess Jeff was like trying to jump over him, or he ended up getting flipped over on the top rope.
Yeah, right. He was laying across the.
Yeah, he was
rope.
upside down on the turnbuckle, and Sheamus kicks him in the head.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of a bro kick, but not quite a bro kick.
They didn't sell it as it. I think I was just looked away for a second and looked back. And
yeah, and then he was getting pinned.
And I was like, oh, okay.
So, but yeah, that was the first one.
Yep.
And then Matt hits a twist of fate on Cesaro shortly after, and gets the second, or hit their first fall, which was the second fall. And then later on in the match, like I said, this was 15, 20 minutes at the most.
Yeah. Jeff ended up hitting a swanton on Sheamus, right?
So, yeah, and then
it was a
I'm sure everyone thought that.
Yep,
well, it wasn't even a real 2 count because Sheamus pulled, or Cesaro pulled Sheamus out of the ring. And then at that point, there was just fighting all on the outside, and then they ended up both getting counted out.
Yep.
And
kind of expected
a
non-clean finish.
Yeah. So, but, I thought it was good because it's nice to have something different in the main event.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
So, because SmackDown and Raw have been, okay, we have an A story that's going to be the main event every single week.
Yeah.
And it's always the same.
Mm-hmm.
So this was nice because it's different. It's like when they had Sasha and Charlotte main event Raw quite a few times.
That's true.
But yeah, like I said, I thought this was a pretty good episode of Raw. It had good pacing and...
Yeah, it was a decent show, that's for sure.
And there was new things going on.
Yeah, well, like you said, it didn't felt like it dragged, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yep.
So this has been our Raw review.
If you like what you see here, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.